as a person who's played Perfect Dark back in the day with their friends for hours on the Nintendo 64, and of course the banJO games as well, and of course I'm a big Nintendo fan too, the rumor that banJO is being shelved by Xbox and Perfect Dark is being cancelled really does hit hard, because you just know that was gonna hit the Nintendo Switch 2 eventually. What about you guys? Are you guys disappointed by this news? Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo Show, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwave or Arlo do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. Hey guys, it's Rob here and welcome back to another video. So in this video we are going to talk about some pretty unfortunate news when it comes to different IPs that could have hit the Nintendo Switch 2. And two of these IPs are ones that I've played a lot on the Nintendo 64, and I was really excited to actually play these. Even if they didn't come to the Nintendo Switch 2, it was going to be really exciting to go back and play new games in these series because I love these series. That's why in the video I say it's bad for us Nintendo fans, because a lot of Nintendo fans were actually looking forward to these games. Or at least I was anyways. Let me know if you guys were interested in them in the comment section below. On the flip side of things, we do have a new game added to the Nintendo Switch online service from the GameCube, which is something that I think a lot of people are gonna really enjoy. I'm actually really shocked that Nintendo announced a new GameCube for the Nintendo Switch online service already. I thought we were gonna have to wait until the next Nintendo Direct. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. It helps the video reach more viewers when you do. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is RoboRob93. Without further delay, let's get on to the topics. So the Nintendo Switch 2 has been really fantastic for me personally, at least for what little I've played. The reason why I haven't been playing too much Nintendo Switch 2, even though I want to, is because animation takes a long time, especially when you're first learning Blender. I'm gonna get some Nintendo Switch 2 time in today though, I think. And even though I am happy with the Nintendo Switch 2, I would say I still do want to know what's on the horizon for the Nintendo Switch 2, specifically because I just spent over $500 on the console, and I would like to know like the Metroid Prime 2 release date, more news on like Tamagotchi and all these games, the reason why you bought the Nintendo Switch 2. So I hope Nintendo does come out and say what's going on with new games for the Nintendo Switch 2. And the reason why I'm talking about this is when it comes to new games that I really look forward to, some of them just got canceled, and these games could have hit the Nintendo Switch 2 100%, especially with the relationship between Nintendo and Xbox. And one such game that could have hit the Nintendo Switch 2 was the rumored new banJO game. So over on mynintendonews.com, they have an article that has the title of "The rumored new banJO game was apparently shelved." The long rumored new banJO game, which was in development at some point at Microsoft, has apparently been canned. That's according to Nate the Hate, who was the original people behind the rumor. Nate said on the gaming forum Reset Era that he hasn't heard anything about the project in a while and assumes that it's been canned. Now this was Nate the Hate's direct quote. "Haven't heard an update on that in a while. I'd assume it's been shelved at this stage. It did exist when we spoke about it a couple years ago." And that's one thing to keep in mind, that this was a couple years ago. Now how far in development it went along, we don't really know. We don't know any specific details. There's not any screenshots leaked or anything like that. But if this game did exist, this is extremely unfortunate among a lot of different unfortunate news that's been hitting the gaming industry right now. And moving on to some more unfortunate news, it seems that the Perfect Dark game was canceled. So this game looked pretty amazing, and the reason why I say this as a Nintendo fan is because I am a Nintendo fan and a Perfect Dark fan. Back on the Nintendo 64, me and a couple friends used to play for hours and hours and hours of the Perfect Dark mode, where you used to play against bots. If you guys remember, you were able to set up custom games and play different game modes, and it was really fun, and I have a lot of fond memories on that game. So when Xbox ended up bringing out a new Perfect Dark trailer, especially when it comes to the gameplay trailer we got later on, I was really excited. Not only did it look fantastic, but it definitely gave me some of those Perfect Dark vibes. Hate that I used that word vibe. I don't know why, but that word just kind of bothers me for some reason. But it was very much a very exciting moment for me, and recently we have had some unfortunate news when it comes to the Perfect Dark game, and not only that, but the studio itself. So Windows Central has something for us right here. It says Microsoft is closing down Xbox Studio, the initiative, with Perfect Dark killed as well, joining Everwild and ZeniMax's new IP and other unannounced projects. And that's why that whole banJO thing was happening, because I'm guessing that was one of the unannounced projects, assuming that rumor was actually true. Again, we don't know, but when it comes to Nate the Hate's Nintendo Switch 2 leaks and rumors and even other stuff that doesn't have to do with Nintendo, he usually is pretty spot on, so we'll see what happens there. Especially when it comes to like the Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff for the Nintendo Switch 2. So reading through the article, it says Microsoft is closing down the initiative after 7 years. The partnership with Crystal Dynamics will end and the Perfect Dark will be cancelled. Earlier we reported exclusively that Perfect Dark was on the chopping blocks as part of Microsoft's latest round of cuts. Now we can confirm the sad news. Today Microsoft revealed broad layoffs hitting 4% of its global workforce. Across every division at the company, many of those layoffs are hitting Xbox, with staffers in various departments receiving notice today. Many of those affected included Xbox Studio The Initiative, which is sadly being closed down. And this is actually really unfortunate because the Perfect Dark gameplay looked amazing. And again, the reason why I say this is for us Nintendo fans as well, which is unfortunate, is because a lot of us used to play Perfect Dark on the Nintendo 64, and a lot of us were excited to play Perfect Dark even if it was on the Nintendo Switch 2 and it was coming from Xbox. Really hoping that we would get a new Perfect Dark and we were gonna be able to make like custom games. Imagine having the ability to do that just like in the original Perfect Dark on the Nintendo 64, but it looks like this on the Nintendo Switch 2. That would have been a very good time. Unfortunately, that's kind of killed right now. And not only that, but the banJO game as well, and it really does make me wonder what the heck is Xbox doing with Rare? Because not only that, but Everwild was canceled too, and that was one of Rare's games as well. That was being developed by them. So what is what is Xbox doing with this company? I kind of feel like they have a lot of potential, and the fact that they're kind of canceling these projects and not really using them to their full potential, which they can make amazing games, is unfortunate and a really misuse of this company. I mean, Xbox has been doing that with a lot of things, not just Rare. I feel like they don't even know what they're doing. Like, it really seems like they're trying to go through multiple paths and not really focusing on one path. Now, of course, it's not all on Xbox. There is stuff that's just happening around the world that you can't avoid, but overall I think Xbox isn't really making the best move. And moving on to another topic, switching over to some more fun news. That was really depressing, I'm gonna be honest. Like, that is definitely not news that I wanted to cover. I mean, I wanted to cover it, but I didn't want it to happen. You guys know what I mean. So moving on to some better news, it seems that we do have a new Nintendo Switch Online game, and it's for the GameCube, which this is actually pretty big. Again, for me, I used to play this a lot on the GameCube back in the day, so I'm really excited to try this out on the Nintendo Switch 2. I might even try it after I make these videos. We'll see. I also am very excited for, learning Blender and having that character animated and stuff, so we'll see which one I'll choose. But Nintendo's just dropped a new game yesterday on July 2nd, and this is what Nintendo of America says on their Twitter account. Score impossible goals, crush opponents with power-ups, and show off Super Strikers in Super Mario Strikers. Available to play now with Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics on Nintendo Switch 2 for Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack owners. That was a mouthful. Wow. Yeah, this is actually kind of surprising because I didn't think that they were gonna actually show more GameCube games on the Nintendo Switch Online service this fast. I thought we would be waiting a while for a new game to be added, but no, I guess not. So this does make me wonder, like, what else is gonna be next? What games are gonna be next? One thing I'm really hoping, well, two things that come to mind right now. One, iNinja. Any fellow fans of iNinja down in the comment section below, let me know. Or don't, because, Ninja, you gotta hide. Also, I would like them to add Beautiful Joe on the Nintendo Switch Online service. If you guys haven't played that in a very long time, that game has held up incredibly well, and when you do play it with a higher frame rate and resolution, my god, it really does hold up. Now, when it comes to GameCube on the Nintendo Switch Online service, part of that Nintendo Direct leak from Beat 'em Ups, he says that it's going to be Pokemon Coliseum, so that might be the next game that we actually see. And then he also says that XD Gale of Darkness is going to be added later on. So we'll see what happens with that, but that's why I'm kind of shocked that, well, why are we getting this one right now? I thought it was going to be a little bit wild, but I'm happy all the more. I didn't say that right, but you guys know what I mean. But yeah, that's all the stuff that we're going to cover in this video today. Let me know what you guys think about this stuff down in the comment section below. Are you disappointed as I am about banJO being shelved, or potentially anyways? It's a rumor. Of course, take that with a grain of salt. But also, Perfect Dark being canceled. Are you disappointed with that? Were you actually excited for that as someone who played Perfect Dark back on the Nintendo 64, or maybe you just thought the game looked great? And are you gonna play Mario Strikers on the GameCube Nintendo Switch Online service? And more so, what games do you guys want revealed next for the Nintendo Switch Online service? Again, I want iNinja, and also I want Beautiful Joe. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. And if not, on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.